Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Embodied Tarot. I am Melly, and in today's pick a card reading, we are going to do our September predictions. We're going to figure out what's to come for you, what your energy is like, and anything you should be cautious of in the month of September. In order for you to receive the message that is directly for you from Spirit, I have 3 piles laid out for you. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Each pile is associated with a crystal. All you have to do is select the crystal or pile that resonates with you the most, and then look in the comment section or the description box for the timestamp and select it. Pile number 1 is associated with the Polychrome Jasper. Pile number 2 is associated with this beautiful flower agate. And pile number 3 is associated with this beautiful sea jasper. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. We are doing your September prediction. What's to come, any surprises, what you should be mindful of, and of course, your type of energy for the month of September, the energy that you're going to embody. So, okay, Spirit, what should pile 1 know about September? What is the most important thing about September they should know? The Queen of Cups. You're leading with emotions. You're extremely intuitive. Don't question things because you have the right answers. Some of y'all in this pile will be expanding your family, or you guys are going to, do more community work. What I mean by community work is, you either helping a family member out, a friend out, or you literally volunteering to somebody or something. I see you taking a role to help others. The Queen of Cups energy is the energy of nurturing. She is the person people go to for help. She just understands, and she leads with love. She leads with admiration. She leads with her emotions, but it's not an emotion where it's self-sabotaging. It's not an emotion where she has competition. It's an energy of she's very stoic with her feelings, and she used her feelings to guide her because she trusts herself. So this month for you, important thing you need to know is trust yourself more and lead with love. Just because somebody else is doing something that you don't appreciate doesn't mean that you should cultivate a negative reaction towards them. That's their experience, and you don't need to sit with it. Sit with your own feelings and just know that whatever you want is coming to you because you have done the groundwork to feel happy. Let's see the most important thing pile 1 should know about September. Ooh, the Lovers card. So many of us is going to have an elevation within your relationship. It's also choices. The Lovers card is the ability to step away from the traditional upbringing, your norms, to experience something better. So I feel like a lot of us is going to cultivate relationships to improve. It's like your social networking. I think that Spirit is telling you that it's time to step out your comfort zone. Like, you have people who want to see you win. You have people who will enjoy and cheer for you, the loudest cheerleaders that you could ever have. And they support you not by saying, good job, I'm proud of you, but they put their money where their mouth is. A lot of people are going to be investing in you. When it comes to love, yes, I do see your partner being more romantic towards you, your partner actually choosing you, your partner actually sitting down, you guys having serious conversations. You guys are, feeling like it's puppy dog stage again. Many y'all in this pile also will overcome an obstacle. I'm looking at this mountain while I speak about the Lovers card within your relationship. If you are single or struggling to find love, then I feel like you are going to discover like your innermost insecurity that's preventing you from finding the person that you really love and adore. I really just see you just rediscovering yourself. And what's the last message for pile 1? The most important thing for September. The 4 of Pentacles. So why are you conserving your energy? Things are going good for you, but you're conserving your energy because you want to feel safe. Why are you not going to feel safe this month? Clarify the 4 of Pentacles, please. The 5 of Swords. Somebody from the past who you thought you got rid of is coming back, and you feel threatened by their energy. Okay? You feel like you could have went your entire life without being around this person again, Or maybe you subconsciously have been overly thinking about them and they finally appeared and you're just feeling stuck. So for September, you are seeking healthy relationship where you feel safe and where you feel like you could, show your true self a little. Like you're not holding back to make people feel comfortable for the most part. Okay. What should pile one be cautious of? The temperance call. Overindulging. Doing too much. Like, give people the benefit of the doubt. Give people a tester. Don't overly commit to anything, whether it's love, whether it's, a work relationship, whether it's a task, don't burn yourself out. There is a long road for you to travel this month, lots of experiences. But in order for you to enjoy what you have for this month, you're going to have to be very moderate with the decisions that you make and how much emotions that you pour into it. And that will make sense because if you're leading your life with love in September and you're cultivating relationships, you want to make sure that things are safe. You're not going to always put yourself out there. Sometimes your best benefit is to help others win, even if you can do a better job. You are going to be put in a leadership role. If I have any advice for you, I would tell you to read the book, How to Win and Influence People. The first chapter speaks about, in order for you to influence people, you have to make them feel like you want to know about them, right? So by you putting people ahead, yeah, they're going to get the initial spotlight, but you're going to win the claim to victory over time, long term. So that credit that they're getting is going to be in the moment. We're going to be like, oh, well, who mentored you? So-and-so mentored me. Who coached you? So-and-so coached me. And then it's just like you're going to get all this revenue where you could, be yourself, You're going to be the go-to person for a lot of people. What should pile one be cautious of? The Seven of Cups, yeah, that's overindulgence again. Too many choices for the most part. Just know that everything, oh my gosh, just know that everything that you have the option to choose from may not be the best option. So be mindful of where you place your energy. Be mindful of where you place your emotions. Not everything you should enjoy, touch, taste, experience. Sometimes you need to know how to walk away. And the Seven of Cups is the lead up to the Eight of Cups. I have all these emotions. I have all these feelings. I have all these experiences. I chose something. I have chose the right thing, but I have to walk away from it because it no longer serves me, right? So that's the journey that you're taking right now, is being very selective with how you experience your life, what you choose in your life. What you should be cautious of. Page of Cups. The Page of Cups energy is a dreamer, right? Living in fantasy land. For the month of September, you have to remember that while you have a life that you want to create, bills still got to get paid. You have to take people at face value and understand them and their boundaries, but then also know that what people experience, what people project on you, it's not yours to carry. So you really have to balance out reality and fantasy. What you want, what you have. What you need, what you have, right? You're balancing a lot this month. So be mindful of that. It seems like it's going to be a very emotional month for you. I do feel like you're going to uncover a secret of some sort. I also do feel like, I don't know, maybe somebody's going to announce that they're pregnant or they're trying to get pregnant, because we do have the Queen of Cups and the Page of Cups, and we also have fish, and fish usually represents fertility. So we do have fertility, a birth of something. So it could be a career, a new project, or literally you having a baby or somebody getting pregnant that's close to you. What is the ultimate winning for pile number one this month? How will pile one win this month? We have the Sun card. You're going to realize that everything is temporary. Like no matter what, the sun will shine. No matter what, you're going to stand out. I feel like your ultimate blessing this month is you just freeing yourself from the things that cause you harm. Like you just knowing yourself. It's like it's natural. Like, it's just like you're aware, your presence, you're in the now. Like you finally realize that the future does not exist. In the past, you cannot change, it already happened. So everything is happening right now. So you're living in the now. Like you're not being stressed out, or you're not dragging out your stress of things that could have destroyed you in the past. You're not really dragging out like or stressing yourself out about the future. It's just like you have the cards that you were dealt with and you're working through it. Like, and you're just like, it's okay. Like, I like what I have. I like the life that I have built up. I'm okay and I'm enjoying it for the most part. So you're not going to be stuck on things for a long time. Things that bother you is going to dust off your shoulder. The Sun card in reverse speaks about, things not lasting forever. It's just like it's a happily ever after misfortune. Is you being able to pick yourself up. So you won't be stuck in this feeling of loss, regret, isolation, or just like being trapped in your childhood wounds. It's like you're freeing yourself. So a lot of y'all may go through an epiphany, or y'all may go through a spiritual awakening. What should pile one know? Their biggest wins for this month. The Hermit card. Your biggest win is to know that time is of the essence. And also you are smarter than what you give yourself credit for. You are your own dictionary. You are your own map. There's something in you that's trying to tell you or preach to you that you got this. Sometimes you fail to realize it. Sometimes you fail to trust yourself. But your biggest win this month is your confidence. Knowing that you're able to lead yourself. You're leading yourself to happiness that is long term. You are a guiding light. You are basically setting the foundation, the blueprint. What is this blueprint about? The Eight of Cups, traveling. So the Eight of Cups energy, like I said over here with the Seven of Cups, is you walking away from things that do not serve you, right? But as far as your confidence go and what's your biggest win in, I do see you just stepping out your comfort zone. There could be international travels happening. You could probably think that you want to switch your jobs, more a job that's emotionally fulfilling versus, physically fulfilling or, financially fulfilling, because you're not realizing that your confidence, your brand, because you are a brand, right, is very important and it's more valuable. So you are realizing your value in life right now. What else should pile one know about their biggest winning for the month of September? Not having stress. Life is good. Are you claiming this? If you're claiming this, leave some blue hearts for me, because life is good for you. I feel like you are going to be where you prayed, whatever you prayed for within the last like 4 to 6 months. You're finally going to be in that type of energy. At the bottom of the deck, we do have the Five of Pentacles, and that usually indicates recovery of some sort, not feeling alone, not feeling abandoned, just feeling like you found your safe space and your safe home. Anything else pile one needs to know about the month of September? The Magician, you are the master creator. The Magician knows how to work its magic, right? The Magician is the archetype of, having all the tools, knowing the spiritual uses, significance around these tools, and making whatever you want, a master manifester. So whatever you have been praying for previously, it's gonna come. So are you prepared? Who's going to support you? Who's going to be there to clap for you? Are you going to do this by yourself and be isolated and not let the crowd know what's going on? Or are you going to say, hey, look at me? And then you have an amazing community that's going to support you. The Magician card is also you being able to influence. So what are you influencing? Are you influencing people? Are you influencing things? Are you influencing ideas? Like, how are you going to sway the crowd when it comes to your life? Or how are you going to make community better? Is you improving something? So innovation, creation, but also influence. Anything else pile one needs to know? The Ten of Swords ending. So we have this theme of beginning. We have this theme of inner knowing. We have this theme of walking away. So your month of September is all about you just knowing what to do when to do it and how to do it naturally, no matter what it costs is. You are not in survival mode anymore. You're just doing things that make you happy, that satisfy your needs, where only you can understand. And you're fine with that. You're finally putting yourself first. And Spirit's going to bless you because you've finally done that. Round of applause for you, baby. So I did go ahead and I pulled some oracle messages for you. The first card that we have is Anima Mundi. And this card speaks about accepting all and rejecting none. So that is your theme for this month. When you get your blessings, how are you going to invoke it? How are you going to keep it? How are you going to maintain it? How are you going to sustain it? How are you going to be able to stretch it to the best version you could possibly be? It's also you realizing that nothing is relatively bad and anything is not relatively good. Everything just works. It's all about your perception. So you are reframing your mind when negative things or bad things happen to you, and you are just saying like, this happened for a reason. What is the experience I need to learn, and how it's going to benefit me when it comes to my goals? Those are the questions you're going to ask continuously. We do have open, and it says, say yes, expand through the extremes, trust life. And that's your innermost thinking, right? That is you naturally feeling and being aware of everything's working in your favor. Everything works out for me. Like, be delusional, because this delusional energy is going to take you very far. September is your month of manifesting, generating, creating, and just accepting life for what it is. It is what it is. Something bad happened. Okay, I'm going to sit with it for 5 minutes. Okay, I'm done with it. You're not going to bring this negative energy, negative experience in the next 5 months, 3 years. For what? You're moving on with your life. The next card we have is you're very close to achieving your goal. Once again, you're manifesting whatever you prayed for. You're actually going to receive it. So definitely start manifesting now and definitely start tracking your goals. And then the last card that we have, surprise, surprise, it says, leave the past behind. Last moon in Capricorn. You know, so Capricorn energy is communal, right? It is also how you network. It is your career. In order for you to enjoy the things that you worked hard for, you have to know when to let go, not be attached. When you're too attached to something, that's when things get complicated. Your life doesn't function well in chaos. It functions well in structure. And if you're able to declutter your space, whether it's your mind, whether it's your body by changing your diet, having a routine, having a daily planner, whether it's, you removing clothes, removing friends, acquaintances, cleaning up your social media, it's you really just walking away from things, not being attached to things, knowing that you don't have to make any sacrifices for you to be happy, or you don't have to put your feelings, you don't have to put your ambition second to somebody else, because you are prioritizing yourself. You're making yourself happy. You're having stability in your life because you're finally choosing you. And Spirit is saying that they're proud of you for doing this because you've worked so hard and you really are determined. And it's just like, here's your blessing. We see you. We're validating you. So keep on going. So that's what I have for you, pile number 1. I hope you got some clarity, got some confirmation. Always remember who loves you. Bye. Hello, pile 2. If you chose the flower agates, then you were drawn to this pile for your energy for September. What's to come, any surprises, and your overall energy or blessings that you should know about prior to September. So let's go ahead and figure it out. Spirit, what should pile 2 know about the month of September? What should pile 2 know about the month of September? The Knight of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Wands in reverse, and then the Two of Wands in reverse. So you have to make an important decision that you have to systematically look back in the past, rely on your experience, in order for you to make it. It seems like you feel ill prepared to move forward, but you have no choice. Like the tools that you relied on to get you by in life for September, you're having a complete 180. You can't stick around and do things how you're accustomed to. Spirit is saying like less stuff going with the flow, less gut, and more reasoning, more logics behind it. If it's not this, then it has to be this. What are your options? It seems like you have to, have a blueprint and have steps on if this happened, then do this. If that happened, then do that, right? You have to really like be prepared and expect the unexpected at all times. So lots of surprises because you feel really blocked overall. What is this energy pertaining to? What is this block energy? Ooh, too many cards. What is this blocked energy pertaining to for pile number 2, Spirit? It has to do with your healings or spirituality. It has to do with your faith. Okay. This feels like you're outgrowing a lot, and it feels like you've lost your community. It feels like you probably feel like you lost yourself. It feels like you've lost your safety net. What is a safety net? More insights. The Queen of Wands. Many of y'all could be, facing the truth of your mother wound. You yourself could be a mother and you're questioning whether or not you've been the best person throughout your motherhood. Many of you have been probably wondering if you've been supporting your mother the right way. Or many y'all is like going through a rough time when it comes to motherhood. But when I think of motherhood, I'm also thinking about upbringing and the energy of people helping you. The energy of, people being there for you without wanting nothing back. It's like selfless service. So I probably feel like you dedicated yourself to a project, a task. You committed yourself to a person, and it feels like it's not feeling you. It feels like it's falling apart. And now you don't have any faith. So it's just like, did you overcommit in this situation? So you're going to ask yourself, why do I put myself in this predicament and think that it's guaranteed? Like you were going with the flow. You weren't as intentional as you're supposed to. And now that you're dealing with the consequences of the reality of things, and you're just like, wow. So it seems like you're going to have a revelation when it comes to you overcommitting yourself to a person or a task. Wherever it fits, let it go. What is the blockages for September? So I feel like you are going to be like, y'all are going to listen to me. September is you just being very direct, very clear with your intentions, you being very cold, but that is how you're protecting yourself. That is how you're protecting your heart. That is how you're protecting the things that you work extremely hard for. You no longer have it in you to either go with the flow. You no longer have it in you to do things that's, not right. You're just like, get straight to the point. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Why are we doing this? These are the questions that you're asking. Oh, there's no benefits. All right, keep me out of it. It's just like people have to approach you in a different way. So I feel like you're setting up for yourself. You're no longer being somebody's pushover. You know what? I low-key like this for you. Many people may feel like you're lashing out, or you're, a bitch, or you're just unhappy. That's not the case for you. I feel like that's them projecting. I think that you're just working in the environment how it understands you. So what I mean is just like the conversation, like gentle parenting. At some point, you're going to have to get strict and say, hey, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? There needs to be an awareness when it comes to how people treat you and how you act. You can't keep explaining over and over again. What's the point of repeating yourself? That's insanity for you to keep doing things over and over again and expecting different results. Why are you doing this? It makes no sense. So Spirit is saying that you need to not be quiet anymore and go with the flow. Start to reason and put your intake in. There's no reason why you sit around and let people treat you a certain way. There's no need for that anymore. Speak your truth and keep it pushing. Like, it is what it is. If they don't like it, oh well. Spirit, what should Pal know when it comes to their blockages in September? The Five of Pentacles. Financially, you're going to have a recovery of some sort. The Six of Swords, there's a return to sender, a return in energy. And then the Devil card, removing unhealthy attachments. So for the month of September is you literally putting yourself first through logic, through experience, being very cold, being very direct, and not really caring what people think about you. It's you facing your past and saying like, how do I influence this happening? And then how do I move forward? So it's you reflecting a lot and being accountable for your actions so you don't repeat history again with the dynamics that you're in. Okay. What do you want Pile 2 to know the most when it comes to their energy for September? What do you want to know? What should Pile 2 know the most about their energy for September? You know what comes to mind? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. That's the energy it's given. I feel like you're going to be mourning. I don't know. I feel like you just have a lot going on with you when it comes to feeling like you are where you're supposed to be. You know, feeling like you're doing what you planned on doing. It's just like expectations are not going the way that you like it for the most part. For the month of September, you're seeking a stability, and it feels like every time you do something, it's like another no. Like, at what point do I get a yes? It's just like you're being patient, but then patience doesn't work. So you're like, okay, I'm going to be more aggressive. That doesn't work. So it's just like, what should I do? I'm confused. And you're doing things the right way, but it's just like, it's not going how it's supposed to. What this kind of screams to me at is stop worrying about your community. They'll be fine. Worry about yourself, because you're not pouring enough into yourself. And that's why you feel so depleted and blocked. For example, let's just say your family or friend asks you, can they stay with you? They're going through a rough time and you say yes, right? And let's just say their partner kicked them out the house. Now this partner is in your house, like coming to your house with the drama. So you basically invited the drama in your house by helping that friend. Let's just say you have a friend who wants a loan. They have a hard time and you lend them $5,000. Now you are going through hardship for whatever reason and you need a certain percentage of that money back, but they can't give it back to you. So now you're $5,000 less because you were helping somebody else out and you acquired their debt. So leave your community issues alone and worry about yourself. Cover your own ASS before you decide to help somebody else. Make sure you're good. So Spirit is saying, like, prioritize yourself and stop letting your heart lead you astray because you want to be, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel. Hell nah. Stop. You are no longer somebody's guiding light. You know, you are a person who is going to stand strong in their life, and people could be inspired by their light, but you're not going to be a light for people anymore, because in theory, where and what has that gotten you? Nowhere. It leaves you drained. It leaves you incomplete. It leaves you questioning things, and you're acquiring people's energy that's not the best for you. So Spirit is saying, relax yourself, calm down, let me handle it. No more. Sit down and take care of yourself. That's what Spirit is saying for September, what you need to do. What is the biggest blessings coming in for Pile 2 in the month of September? What's the biggest blessing? We have the Eight of Swords, a clear mind. Ooh, not having mental health issues for the most part, being able to see clearly. Do you know how much further in life you will be if you're able to effectively see through the bullshit? Your biggest blessing is you having a clear mind. The Eight of Swords is the energy of feeling trapped in your own thoughts. You know, it's that one step before having that meltdown, that mental meltdown. You're not going to have the mental meltdown anymore. It's just like you're turning a blind eye to things that not affecting you. I love this. So even though you feel like you're going to be blocked and life is not going the way that you want it to go, it seems like mentally you're becoming stronger and people can't walk over you anymore easily or take from you because you're no longer operating with your heartstrings. Wow. What is the biggest blessing for Pal 2, Spirit? What is the biggest blessing? The Chariot card. Don't make any sudden movements, okay? You know, sometimes you have to take a step back to get all the answers. The Hermit. You know, it's going to be surprising that the people who you thought were never there for you, they're there for you now. The people who you least expected is going to show up for you and help you and make you feel like where you are where you belong. It seems like, you know what it feels like? It feels like you were probably adopted. I'm not saying you're adopted, right? But a person that was adopted and they were raised and they were aware that they were adopted and they finally meet their parent. And it's just like, I'm happy to know where I came from, my history. But at the same time, I have so many questions. But these questions now give me the clarity for me to know who I am. Like, it's you just knowing. So a lot of y'all could have the gift of clear knowing or your gift of discernment is improving. But it's just like, wow, now I have two families. I have my adopted family and then I have my actual biological family. And surprisingly enough, even though I'm a stranger to them, they're really supporting me. So as you get support from people or groups that was completely unexpected to you, you're not used to these people helping you. And it's just like, what's going on here? And that could be the question you're asking yourself a lot this month. Okay, what is important for Pal 2 to know for the month of September? What is important for Pal 2 to know for the month of September? The Nine of Cups in reverse. The World in reverse. The Three of Swords in reverse. You know what's really bothering me? And I'm going to pull on this because I don't like the fact that majority of your cards are in reverse. But your biggest blessings is you being able to be happy but have a poker face. You being able to look back but at the same time look forward. It's like you're having duality. People may feel like they're hurting you, but to be honest, they're really not. It's crumbs on their shoulder. Well, on your shoulder for the most part. So your biggest blessing is to, play the game that was dealt with you and actually win. And that comes in many different ways. But why are you blocked? Why are all these cards in reverse? Why is Pal 2 blocked? Should we do that one? Okay. Why is Pal 2 blocked? The Nine of Wands and the Knight of Wands with the Empress card, the Mother energy. Okay, so the Mother energy keeps popping up and it keeps popping up on the right side. And usually your right side is your given side. So you're feeling blocked once again because you are overcompensating and you are playing roles in people's lives that you should not. The Knight of Wands is a person who's not as impulsive or reckless in theory. It's just like you're questioning, do I really want this? Do I really want that? The Ten of Wands is having clear directions of the possibilities and winnings that's coming towards you. And the Empress card is growth, it's nurturing, it's creativity. So a lot of y'all may be having issues with confidence. And that's why things are being blocked for you. It's not because you're not qualified, but in reality, it's the fact that you overthink and you overcompensate. Like sometimes you could just say no, and that is the sentence that people need. You don't always have to say no, and the reason why I said no is because, or no because. No, there's no because. You said no. So stop over giving yourself to people. Stop stretching yourself thin to people. Stop. It's not cute. I did go ahead and pull some oracle cards. So surprise, surprise, the card that we do have for your first energy, that the archetype that you're manifesting in September is the mother. So you are in a breathing ground, whether you are deciding to create something new or whether you decide to nurture something. Nevertheless, you are the go-to person and you need to mother, nurture yourself, you know. Leading with happiness means that you get to be insightful. You have a natural knowing, a natural being, and you know, you may back it up with science and facts, but naturally things work out for you. We have the grandmothers. So can you see the theme of mother energy? Oh my gosh. So some of y'all need to heal your mother wound. So it says, grandmothers, remember your roots, perspective, and trust the weaving. So a lot of y'all need to do some ancestral work. You know, get to know what your family is about, you know, spirituality, see what the practice is like, or, you know, just ask God for the guidance to let you understand the burdens that you carry that is in your ancestral roots and how to clear it up. We have, what do you need to release? That is the question that you'll be answering for this month. What do you need to release? It seems like, you know, not holding the burdens of other people, especially from your ancestors. And last but not least, it says, speak your world into being. In order for you to get what you want in life, you have to make sacrifices sometimes that are uncomfortable. I always tell people, let's just say you have a Waffle House or a McDonald's, a fast food joint, whatever, and it makes you money, right? You're relatively okay with this. But you could see yourself having a 5-star, world-renowned, like internationally acknowledged restaurant, skyscraper, right? The go-tos, the elites, everybody wants to be at this restaurant and they want to experience what you have to offer. But the only plot of land is the land that your Waffle House and McDonald's is on. What do? Do you let go of the McDonald's and Waffle House, clear that land out, and build up, starting over from scratch, this amazing restaurant that has many blessings coming forward towards you? Or do you hold on to your security but never get to really experience what you've been manifesting? So that is your question that you got to ask yourself. Like, what is taking up space in my life that is no longer serving me and is blocking my blessings? And just evaluate it. So I will actually reverse engineer it. What do you want in life? Like, if you could have one thing right now in this season, let's start small, what would it be? And then you ask yourself, what is blocking me? And then you just ask yourself, why is that causing a blockage? Keep asking. And then when you cannot think of any more answers, let's just say you have a list of 10 things, start to eliminate those things, right? So for example, let's just say you want to buy a home, right? And you're just like, okay, I want a home. What is blocking me from having a home? My credit score is low. My income is not as good. Okay. I need help with, I need to go back to school to get an accreditation or some sort. I don't want to move too far away from family. So let's eliminate these processes. Okay, how do I eliminate my debt? I'm going to do the snowball effect, right? And now I have no more debt to pay. I want to go back to school. Is there any grants for, you know, whatever I identify as, you know, is there any grants for me being an immigrant? Is there any grants for me being a woman? Is there any grants for me being a man? Is there any grants for me being a minority? Is there any grants for whatever, right? And capitalize on that. And that's how you pay for school. Let's just say you don't want to move far from home. Okay, where am I willing to go that's close enough but still far away? Figure it out. Is it within 45 miles, 50 miles, 100 miles, or is it 5 miles, right? You figure out how far you're willing to travel or how close you're willing to stay to home, and then you look in that area. So now when it's time to buy the house, okay, you don't have any debt. Okay, you went to school, you didn't have to pay for it. And then you find a house within 20 minutes of where you want to really live, your dream home. So by you removing things, eliminating things from your life, by you decluttering, you're actually making space for you having your dream home. So I hope that made sense. So September for you is you just relying on yourself, you mothering yourself, doing some ancestral work, you figuring out what you have to remove in your life to release and clear out blockages in your life, to welcome in new things, because you have things coming your way, but you're not giving life to it because you're holding on. Lego. So that's what I have for you, pile number 2. Until next time, remember who loves you. Bye. Hello, pile 3. If you resonated with the Sea Jasper, then this is your message on what's to come for September for you, your overall energy, what you're embodying, any surprises, and of course your biggest blessings. Okay, spirits, what should pile 3 know about what's to come for them in September? Ooh, you're getting out your cell. You're stepping out in your comfort zone. It's like you're very intrigued. You have your nose up. You want to investigate something. You see yourself like not accepting the norm, trying to understand what the norm is. It's really you just like, I want to explore. It's like giving the story of like Sandy Cheeks. Like she wants to know what's like really above water. And like, I want to go out. I want to be happy. Yes, I'm able to live underwater, but I want to go home. Where's home? That could be questions you're asking. It's you trying to figure out what is home for you for the most part. The Fool card. The Fool card is you knowingly going on an adventure with a very intentional and very mindful journey. The Fool upright speaks about you, or the energy of it is being reckless, being foolish, not knowing any better. I think that you are now about to choose how to live your life based on principalities that you've created in the past. Oh, I like that. 6 of Pentacles in reverse. And you're not willing to share your energy with every and anybody. So for the month of September is you just reestablishing what makes you feel comfortable and how you can thrive by yourself. So isolated, but happy isolation, being very selective, being very mindful, being very, intentional about your energy overall, seeking out the truth. But does the truth align with your version of what happened? Being very accountable of your actions, not taking everybody else's and not worrying about how different people see things or view things. It's really you just like, okay, noted. All right, no problem. Got it. I'm locked in. However, this is how I'm going to maneuver the situation. What are the biggest challenges for pile 3 for the month of September, or blockages? The Tower card. I literally yell, uh-oh. So it seems like you're going to be forced to experience this journey. It's not a journey that you would naturally go on your own for the most part, but the best part is you are prepared for it. So it's just like you're just expecting the unexpected, but it's actually working. It's working in your favor. You're not really, worried or concerned about what's actually going to happen and how it's going to influence you. You are unapologetically yourself, so confident and have so much faith that things always work out for you, that it's just like, it is what it is. Even if I'm prepared, or you feel like you're underprepared, you're actually prepared. So the month of September, your blockages is things popping up out of nowhere continuously for you. But you won't be reactive. You're going to be very active. It's not going to be able to predict these things. With the Ace of Swords, it's just a surprise nature of it for you, for the most part. And then we have the Seven of Swords and then Two of Wands. Your block is just being able to trust people, trust things, trust ideas. So you're probably asking a lot of questions like, can I trust this person? Can I trust myself? Am I making the right decisions? Do I need more time to think? Do I become impulsive or do I go with the flow? So you're battling duality in the sense of who are you prioritizing in your life, or what are you prioritizing in your life for the most part? Can we get more clarification on what sector pile 3 will have this energy? The Queen of Swords. So maybe it has to do with your job, or I would say career field. So you may need to get a degree or certification for you to be qualified in something. So wherever you need to be qualified in. The World's card. Let's put this. Oops, sorry. Let's put this right there to cover her tatas. One more, please. This is concerning with Six of Swords. So this has to deal with the mind. With this energy, I'm picking up more so Aquarius. So how you create things and how you expand things. So what are you choosing to create in September that you've been putting off for a very long time, that now you're being forced to actually do it? What challenges are you overcoming? So this feel like it's mental than anything else for the most part, than physical or emotional. When I think about mental, I'm thinking about, for the most part, your job. Even though this doesn't indicate job energy, I'm still picking up jobs. So just be mindful of that for the most part. Let's dig more. What should pile 3 know? The most important thing pile 3 know about the month of September. What is the most important thing they should know? The Page of Wands. Be mindful of burnout. Be mindful of overcommitting, absorbing people's energy. You have ideas. Don't let somebody else dim it out. So being able to grow your ideas, being able to stick to the plan, like finish things out. Don't just like watch it fizzle and fade. This time you're doing things differently. What should pile 3 know about September? The Two of Pentacles. Being able to pick up tasks, being able to delegate, being able to, prioritize things. So I feel like for the month of September, this is very like career orientated for the most part. Some of y'all may be doing something contractual, some of y'all may have to return to the past to see how to make your life now better. So it's a returning energy. Some of y'all feel damn right stuck. And Spirit is saying like, okay, you feel stuck. I'm going to clear your path. It may not be in the way that you want it, but this is how you're going to have it. So what now? Let's see. Financially, where are you at financially for the month of September? The Knight of Pentacles. Money coming your way slowly but surely, but there's development when it comes to money. What is going on with pile 3 emotionally? The Two of Swords. You made a decision that you weren't pleased with, but you had to make that decision, and it is what it is. As far as the turnouts, where are you like when it comes to your love life? The Page of Swords. So maybe you had to cut somebody off, or maybe you're just not speaking to somebody who you once had a connection with, and you're awfully thinking about them a little bit too much, and you're trying to figure out how to stop, but no matter what, you can't stop. Where are you spiritually for the month of September? The Justice card. Fair and impartial. I feel like you are spiritually clean. You're balancing out things. You're working with the right people, the right spirit, the right energy. You're making things very clear for the most part. You are a warrior. You may have new like spiritual guides coming towards you, deities coming towards you that you're learning about. The Justice card is fairness, it's balance, it's, a little bit 7th house energy, and 7th house energy is relationships. So I feel like you're welcoming new spirit guides, mentors for the most part, and spirit likes that for you. So we did financially. Let's do mentally. Where you are mentally. I think we did mentally already, but let's do it again. Where you are mentally. The Chariot card. I feel like you're moving forward to the decision. You're not holding yourself back whatsoever. You've seen what can happen and you're moving forward with it. The Chariot card usually is, it seems like it cannot move because it's on cylinder blocks, even though we have two horses pulling it. So you have options and you're going to move forward with it one way or the other. Like you're not going to be in a standstill no more. What is Spirit's advice for pile 3? What is Spirit's advice for pile 3 for the month of September? The Four of Swords, relax, don't overcommit. You know, reject the things that you are not going to use. Don't hold yourself back. The Queen of Wands, always room for improvement, confidence, being a person who knows how to charm and get their way. You know, study the people in the past that use their energy to manifest the things that they want. Glamour magic is beautiful. You know, put a spell on yourself. The Eight of Swords, get out your head. You know, you can't be confident if you are thinking about things that doesn't really matter or having negative associations with things in your life or yourself. So definitely get out your head for the most part. 10 of Cups and Knight of Wands. I see you having a very beautiful fling, but also you having your happily ever after moment with a person that you thought that you would never actually receive or have. So the month of September for you is for things falling into place when it comes to relationships, but also you being able to change things and you being very flexible with yourself. Let's see what the cards have to say to you from Spirit. So the dead end. So the dead end energy, it's not what we think it is, like there's no more. The dead end is more so a pivot point for you within your life. So things may not be going exactly how you want it, but when you actually experience, you're able to reflect on it, you're like, thank God I experienced it this way. I would have never wanted to be any other way. This is how I imagine my life. I appreciate it. So September is really you pivoting. You not going straight anymore. You may take a right turn, a left turn. You may go back a little bit and then move forward. So it's you maneuvering in ways that you weren't really expecting it. You have Thorn. It says protection, boundaries, clear communication. With you pivoting a lot, people may wonder if you're changing and what role they may play in your life. No need to explain. No need to be indirect. Say what you have to say. And if you feel called to listen, listen. If you don't, oh well, that's your prerogative. I feel like you sometimes give people access to you when you don't need to give them access to you and they haven't earned it. So with the Thorn energy, you have to protect what's meaningful for you. And what's meaningful for you now is your experience and your confidence and you just rejecting things. And we did just speak about rejection with the Four of Swords and upright. The next card we have is, we have two cards. So it's You're Good Enough, a reminder, and then a time to give rather than to take. So with the You're Good Enough energy, what that's telling me is that you have given so much to people. You are always a servant of society. Just know people appreciate it. Even if they don't say it, they do appreciate it. So if you want to feel appreciated in September, drop some green hearts in the comment section so I know your energy, what you're manifesting for the month of September. But the full moon is all about reflecting for the most part. And Virgo energy is a service. It's your daily task. So what daily tasks have you been reflecting on? And is it time to take action, or do you still want to stay in hermit mode? What are you deciding for your life right now? And whoever violates it, what are you going to do when they do violate it? Have the boundaries to that. And when it says a time to give rather than to take, oh, we have a new moon and a full moon in Virgo. Interestingly enough, Virgo's going to have two new moons in eclipse season. Whew. Manifest during these new moons, Virgos. If you're a Virgo in your big three, or Pisces or Gemini, Sagittarius, this reading is definitely for you. Definitely work with the moon cycle in the month of September because you have beautiful blessings coming your way. And then we have new full moon in Pisces, forgive. It's so crazy how we have the sister signs that pops up. So I feel like Some of y'all in this pile is holding on to things that is detriment to you. Know that sometimes you're not forgiving people for their benefit. You're forgiving them for your own good. And that's where maturity comes in at. For the month of September, you're just acknowledging and accepting the chapters within your life and how it played out, and looking forward to a new beginning, and understanding that the people who you thought would have been there, they're not there, but that's okay. You're going to appreciate the ones that are here with you. You're going to pivot, and you're going to understand that their journey is not linear. There was trials and tribulations, but at the same time, it got you to the point where you wanted to be. No matter what the outcome is, you're very happy with it. And if you're sad about it, change it. Change your reality. Pivot. So you should be asking yourself this month, is it time for me to pivot? Is it time for me to change? What am I waiting on? What is holding me back from, going off course? Stepping out your comfort zone. I think that's what I started off with for the month of September. Doing things differently, not doing mundane things, You want to experience life in a different way, but you're still doing the most mundane routines over and over again. So the month of September for you is you just recognizing that I have to go. I have to change. I have to switch it up. I have to make myself happy. And I'm okay with doing that by doing the unexpected. So that is what I have for you, pile number 3. I hope I was able to give you some clarity and some confirmation for your month of September. Remember who loves you. Mwah!